Okay, and then there was another question. I have noticed, I come from the Bay Area in California, and it's highly diverse here. I notice when I go to Colorado Springs area, there's a lot of palm color. Okay. But as you mentioned before, there are people of color there, and you said the Hispanic community, but how are you engaging with the communities where there's people of color and they may feel a little bit like, I don't belong in this conversation. So are you reaching out to them?
Yeah, so we have a number of different community groups that we've been involved with, I've been involved with for years. And I think part of the challenge is that people sense inauthenticity. And so when someone shows up into the community having never been there before and suddenly says, hey, I would like your vote. And that's the first time you've met this person, right? That's not how you establish trust. And so when I look at like the work that we've been doing through the local Rotary Club, where I'm a member there, and engaging in some of our low-income communities and helping out with their schools. And so being there and having those conversations there. Engaging with some of our community groups that are focused on violence prevention and crime prevention through mentoring youth in these communities as well, and going out and showing up to those events, not to ask for a vote, but to be part of that solution for that community in particular. And if you were watching the Indivisible debate, we kind of spoke about this a little bit around, right, what does it mean to be investing in these communities and having to strengthen things like looking at the fact that this administration has cut funding to the small business, SBA's Minority Business Office that should be supporting those business owners in those communities to help really create thriving areas across all parts of our community. And so that's the sort of work that has put me into these spaces to have those conversations. To now, as a candidate, it's going back, and this is not the first time that they have met and engaged with me. Now it's like, oh, we've seen this person in our community before. This is someone that has been there as part of the solution and is now someone that we already have trust with that just so happens to be running to represent us as well.
Okay, so if I went to one of those neighborhoods where it was either like the Hispanic or Black population and I said, what has Joe done for your community? Tell me like a notable thing that you think they would tell me.
Well, I think if you were to look at a lot of areas, a lot of that would be on the small business development side. So, supporting local small businesses through the program that I used to manage, we helped start probably about 400 new small businesses across the entire state of Colorado. That's actually probably the most recent thing that we would look at. In other areas, like say with the schools, you go back to the work through Rotary of engaging with K through 12 and helping with their reading programs and those sorts of things. And then there are some other groups, particularly one known as the Men of Influence, that is really involved with the crime prevention and youth mentorship. And I've been participating with them in those events. And really those are just about showing up. And a great example is they volunteered to serve Christmas dinner at one of our local homeless shelters and invited me to go along with them. And so I showed up and again, I kind of feel guilty about talking about it now because I didn't go for the photo op. I went to support them and to support our community, and they saw that. And they realized that, no, this is someone that's actually here to be able to do. So I think everyone's going to have a different story.
Okay, and I don't mean to harp on it, but like if I were to go to those communities and the things that you just mentioned, like the reading programs, going through the K through 12, the Rotary, the small businesses, do you think that accurately reflects the things that they would tell me are most lacking from the current congressional representative?
I think when you talk to them, they would tell you that our congressional representative hasn't done anything and that he's never been seen in those communities and wouldn't be seen in those communities.
So, okay, so you think that presence is probably the thing that they're lacking the most?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.